We have Charles.
Special person. I was hoping he would come here.
He's staying in Boston. It's not the perfect place for him, but
That's a big thing.
Do you mind if I say something first? Okay. You say in davening, okay, it's a famous vort that Rav Reich told me that you never heard of him. Rosh Raga Feivel Frank, when he was nifter, Rav Yitzchak Elchanan Spector said this at his levaya, and then later I saw Rav Itzlav Mivolozhin also said it at a different levaya from Medayin in Vilna. Okay, the pasuk says, "Haidu Lashem kiru v'shmai haidu v'amim aliloisav." Okay, when you want to praise, you praise Hashem and call him in His name. To the goyim, tell him all the great things about him. Okay, so the obvious question is, if you want to praise Hashem to the Yidden, kiru v'shmai. Okay, kiru v'shmai. You call. All you have to do is call His name. Okay, the minute that you say His name, everyone understands the praise that you're giving. By the goyim who are far and they don't really know what Hashem is, then you have to start telling stories. So what's negayat over here is that I don't have to give an introduction. Okay, Rabbi Kalish doesn't need an introduction. Okay, that's kiru v'shmai, and that's enough. Everyone here knows Ali Loisav, and therefore all I'm going to be is kiru v'shmai. But I'm just going to express my great appreciation to Rabbi Kalish for coming. Okay, everyone here is extremely excited, including me, and we're very excited to hear.
I wanna share a Torah thought with the Chevra, but it's always, whenever anybody speaks anywhere, so you can say all different things, you have to be present, what's happening in front of you. See, absorb what's in front of you. And it's interesting, Chazal say, they say start praising the host. You start with the host. You speak about the host first. I have seen many speakers say, it's part of a speech. And you feel pulled away from the speech. What Chazal are saying is feel where you are. That's what Chazal are saying. It's not like, thank you so much. Chazal are not saying, when it says to thank the host, they're saying like absorb, feel, like be present. It's an entrance way. If you're not present, you can't get started in a speech if you're not there. In speaking, there's called power beginnings. It's like start, get in there. Somebody speaks for like 3 minutes and hasn't said anything yet. You haven't begun your speech. Get in there. So you start. I was thinking of saying it's like the slowest beginning. And get in there, say a pasuk and start. Chazal say the way in, the entrance way in is feel where you are. And I want to say here that for years, right, Stampler guys have gone to Rav Fisher's yeshiva, and guys have been accessed serious learning, serious Torah, learning Torah with a starkheit, with seriousness, to live at Torah, to learn Torah seriously. And for years, guys have grown and plugged into Shiurim, high-level, serious Shiurim, focused Shiurim. For years, the guys have become B'nai Torah, the Talmid of Stampler, tremendous B'nai Torah. And to be in a Kollel started by the Chevra is precious. Nasan, I think, was involved in Stampler, certainly, and Nasan, the people starting such a Kollel is a big zach. The start of things matter a lot. The very Tayv Ma'aseh Machshava Tchila and Tayv Achris Davar Mereshisa. The Tayv Achris Davar comes Mereshisa. It And the beginning of things matter a lot. In Yeshiva by us, the first meeting of the year, the Rabbeim, is a big zach by me because we're starting the year. I want as best as possible pure machshavos. Let's try to get into a good zone, a good space, it's the beginning, we're being miyased something, we're starting. I value when a bacher comes to Yeshiva for the interview, that's like the world to me. I'll put hours, I'll put my life into the interview. The first time he's coming to Yeshiva, it matters a lot. The beginning of things matter just a lot. There's a very big zach to the beginning. I wonder to myself, it says that an ish goes mi beis Levi, and the Torah Akdosha teaches us that he went with humility. He listened to the rebuke of his 3-year-old daughter, of Miriam. Tata, to hear the musar of his daughter, he had been parish me'ishtay, and she gave him a rebuke. She said, she criticized the Tata, and in tremendous humility to listen to the rebuke of the daughter, it's lo yu'amin, the anava. The anava of such a zach, vayelech, she goes with such a humility that his daughter said, his younger daughter was the emes, and you mekabel the emes from whoever says it, and he goes back to his mishpach, he goes back to Yocheved. Are you shocked that from that union comes the most humble person who ever lived? Toiv achris davar merishisa. What's the rashis? What's the first thing? What's the beginning? The beginning of that was a person went with incredible humility. Is it a wonder that from such a home, from such a person, comes out of Moshe Rabbeinu? There was humility there. If there's humility, so then big zachin come out from such a thing. There was humility there, and big things come from beginnings, I think a lot about my father's sugya. Where did he come from? That sugya of a yid who decided his parents had tremendous respect for chachamim. His parents, my grandmother went to public school. My grandfather at 13, the Great Depression, had to go work. And the Rav, they were mechabed, the Rav, Nifla, the Rav, spoke highly. I was in the house when the Rav ate by their house. Kavos lo yuman. Every Shabbos, my grandparents would come to their children and grandchildren's houses. They would say, my grandmother would say over what the Rav said every week. That was like a minute of the Rav's word. So is it a wonder if people are mechabed, if you make your rabbanon, so that's the aschala. So from that comes Talmid Chacham, of course. The aschala matters a lot. And that nothing the chevra here, miyasir, the Kollel, and sincere people, sincere machshavas, that goes far. I've watched Imre Bina. I had this morning to go there, and many people have become big b'nei Torah there. Rabbi Stern, I remember when he was miyasir. Reb Simcha Stern is a fire of kedusha, machshavas types, and he was started and moved to the back. He worked with other people, but he was the one who was mishadich. When something starts with pure thoughts, big things come from that. Very, very big things come. Somebody has good machshavas and goes somewhere with good machshavas and good to appreciate beginnings, put a lot into beginnings, know how holy beginnings are. So people are involved. You're involved, being miyasir, a kollel, and befrat that it comes from people, the miyastim are sincere or good, just good people. That's a big thing. We're talking about the kollel, but that's not what I'm really thinking about. I'm really thinking that we're being miyasir our homes. That we're being miyasir home, and it matters. Somebody asked me, somebody was talking that some people are zeich to live in Eretz Yisrael, halavai. You see the chevra, the way to see the chevra is doing. So of course somebody should stay. Amazing. But we all don't know the plans at certain ages. We don't know, the different paths Hashem could take us on. Our lives have different. There's a beauty to the stage we're at that we don't know. We were going to be. There's a certain emunah, we're doing what's right. We're sitting and learning Torah. So we don't know. We don't know when we're young. We're starting, and we don't know. Somebody was asking me about what goals, what we could put in our house. These are good questions. I just say that the sincerity of the beginning matters a lot. That the Toiv Achris Davar Merishisa, beginnings matter a lot. and a couple is learning Torah, whatever it's going to be, and without even trying to put in this, but there's sincerity, there's a beautiful idealism, very, very special things come there. The beginnings matter a lot. They're significant, they're important, and it's important to have tremendous beauty at the aschal of anything. I love the minhagim. I love the minhag when a kid's 3 years old that you put him in a talus and you bring him to yeshiva. There are various customs. He licks the aleph. But the beginning matters. His first exposure to the aleph beis, he licks the aleph. There's like honey on the aleph. Because beginnings just matter a lot. They're very, very, very important. And often in the world of speaking, if the beginning is good, you have a long drush. If the first 2 minutes are good, it wins already. Rabbi Brownstein and I have we have like a motto that we run. We call like winning before you begin, like with anything, like making sure. For Avadi, you want the whole thing good. But if the beginning is good and strong, in any event we make, we talk about that, getting it off to a good start. It just matters. You're kivei at things, you establish things. Anything you run, beginnings are very important. A powerful, healthy, strong beginning. I could see in myself that I'm trying to make a chizuk in my shachris. My father was a person who didn't come late to things. That was he was very mesuder. And then he has a son who can't get time right. And I'm working now more on time. I have to daven. I want to get a kaddish before Baruch Shabbos. You have to come on time. So I'm pushing in general in minyanim to be on time. But I see to start a day with a good minyan. Start a day with a minyan. Things are different. The beginning is just matter. You get a certain day. Things start. I'm very into couples eating breakfast together if possible. I'm very into. I like that. You sit down together with a couple. You sit down with a wife. You have a breakfast tazam, and I like that. I've been in a lot of nachas on the trip. My son's learning. I had a big nachas. My son eats breakfast every day with his wife. I thought that was very holy. To start a day like that, a couple tzazamen, is very, very special. Beginnings just matter. You'll see in anything we do, in anything. So you talk about a kollel, the miyastim, that nasan, that an erlich person, a gota, starts a kollel. That's with good thoughts, with good machshavas, with idealism, with sincerity, with humility. Good things come from that. We're being miyas in our homes. It's just to understand that all the things that dairis will come from a bias, the importance of really establishing a beautiful, happy, wonderful place, about caring about the aschala. The aschala just matters a lot. And investing a lot in the home, in the anhagas of the home, investing a lot. I'm in a sugya thinking about how much my own children got from my father, what legacy, what he gave us. So many, I was speaking before about some of the anhagas that he put in the home, but dairis are different because of what he was miyaseh, bayas. For us, he put something in, and all of us are beginning that. It says, Kechitzim biyad hagibur came b'nei hanurim. Like arrows in the hands of the strong one, so is the youth. When a guy shoots an arrow, a little difference here, when it gets there, it's very nicker. But it speaks about when he shoots it, the exact place he was putting it, it becomes later how much significance that beginning of the shooting. That's the youth, the beginning, the aschalos of things, just are very, very significant. So there's things we put in our homes all the way at the start, we're being miyasinam. Hanhagas are just speaking nicely to each other. A home could become a very lebedik place. Just simple anhagas of friendliness, of warmth, of saying, of appreciation, things that we're putting in today. People say to their little kids, people view a lot of things as teaching moments. Who made that tree? I don't think life works. It's not teaching moments. Who we are is what our kids learn. My father, there wasn't who made that tree. He lived the gratitude to Hashem. He was like so appreciative. The chesed Hashem. If it rained, he woke us up. Every morning it rained. I'm 50 years old. I like rain. It rains outside. It's like a shmak tzemachaya. I like rain because when I was a kid, my father woke us up and he said, it's a beautiful day. You always knew it was raining then. He said, it's a beautiful day. You knew it was raining. And he wasn't like trying to make lights on us. Rain is geshmak. So I love people that say, well, come in the car. It's raining. But Raining, I don't know, rain's like so geschmack. Get a little wet, you jump around. If you were going to the Met game, you know it rained that day. The Seder. But normally rain's a mechayas, geschmack. I see people like, I even had like broadcasts, a miserable day. It's raining outside, it's wonderful. It's a rainy day. So here, years ago, as a youngster, we woke up as kids and he was miyas at home that it's beautiful, it's raining outside. It's funny, in Eretz Yisrael, people are excited by rain. It's a emistic, it's a place of beauty. People are excited by rain. It's raining is exciting. In Chutz La'aretz, people don't always have that understanding. That is here, it's Ezem. I took like a taxi driver, I was excited. The air, ha'avir, kol kai is so good. When it rains, everybody's excited. But my father is a Yid and understands rain is a big blessing. He woke us up just as we were woken up when we were little children to say it's a beautiful day. 50 years later, I like when it rains. It was like raining, it's like a mechayet, the bracha of Hashem, this geschmack. So we're being miyasim, we're at that ratius of our own homes, our own things, and I looked at that Suda, I see Eitan holding us so precious, we're being miyasim. If we make a place that's pleasant, a place that's sweet, a place that's delightful. There are 3 psukim that have hit me a lot in davening of when we return to Sifrei Torah. And ki lekach toiv nasati lachem terasi al tazayvu. I spoke earlier about that pasuk. That ki lekach toiv. I don't want to talk about not right. This one's a beautiful pasuk. Ki lekach toiv nasati lachem terasi al tazayvu. Hashem gave us a good mekach. Ayin yafa, and Hashem says terasi al tazayvu. It's chayim ilamachzikim bo v'saimchem u'ushar, and duracheh darchinayim v'chol nesilos ha'shalom. We're actually completely out of order. We say them. That's a question, a valid question. But the last pasuk, duracheh darchinayim v'chol nesilos ha'shalom. I saw my father was a masma nifla. His schedule a day. I haven't met another person in the world with such a schedule. He was a Rosh Kollel. He ran a Rosh Yeshiva, the Sfarim Yeshiva said Daf Yomi every day, learned 7 blot a day, was raising a wild amount for tzedakos, was running a few families that he was the father of the Nefer. His day was writing a sefer. The day was filled. And he was a calm person. He was sweet. He was easygoing. Like it like defies logic. A person should be intense. A lot of times intensity masks a real relationship to something. Can you imagine a guy goes home to his wife, he's like, "Dear, how are you?" She'd be like, "Is he okay?" You're not intense, you really have a relationship. He had a very real relationship to Torah. You didn't see intensity. You really had a relationship. If somebody's intense, that just shows they're working on the relationship. If I would see a guy with his wife and he'd be saying, "How are you?" and he'd be acting like that, forced chill, so you just know he doesn't have a relationship yet, but he's working on it. It's not to make fun. But when you have a relationship, it's calm. His relationship to Torah was like sweet and beautiful. It wasn't, there was a calmness, there was an easygoing, it wasn't intense. It's interesting. I'm trying to learn First Seder these days. With mixed success, I'm trying. So I picked a good chavos, and I'm seeing what would take to mamish learn a First Seder. The Shtomer people sit and learn a First Seder. I need it to be sweet. I really like learning. I don't need intense. Intense, that's not. I really like learning. I want to learn Torah. It's geschmack. I want to learn Torah. Sit down, say a svar here. My chavusa say a svar. Talk. Say chat. Geschmack. And I saw a very sweet and healthy relationship to Torah. I saw it. It wasn't intense. And it was sweet to others. It never was. Sometimes a person steigs and it becomes a bad thing for another person. Person steigs. The Gemara in the Durham says, I was zeicher one mesechta to learn cover to cover with my father. In the Durham we learned every single ran, every word of every ran in the mesechta. It's the only mesechta I was zeicher to learn with my father cover to cover. And this is awkward. I learned the Gemara with my father that Talmidei Chacham's kids were often not Talmidei Chacham. The Gemara asks, why is that? The Gemara gives 6 reasons on Pei Aleph. And one of the reasons is they call people Chamayrim. They understand if it's saying the kids are not Talmidei Chacham means there's a pagam in the men shalem. He didn't go to his kid. And it says if they call people Chamayrim, you're not getting it. And my father was somebody, and there's hope for his children, because he didn't call anybody a chamar. With the steiging, duracheh darchinayim, the ways of Hashem are zis. He saw the more he learned, he looked up at people. tremendous good words about people. Spoke good. All the ways of the Torah are shalom. Shalom doesn't just mean people don't fight. I've seen people not fight and there's no shalom. Shalom means there's space for everybody. It's Melash Shalom, whole. There's space for people. My father's world, there was space for him. Never. So the word balabas in my home is like a tzaddik. That's what it means. Balabas, a tzaddik. Never to put that down a yid. Never. The word balabas means he's like tzaddik. Oh, it's a tzaddik. Oh, it's the same word. It's a word. A yid who's like supporting his mishpacha. It's Isaac and Chesed, Kol HaYoyim. Helps other yidden. Never. I never heard my father put down. Never. Covered for yid, a yid serving a yid. No, he didn't put down any yid. There was no such thing. His friend Rabbi Brown was friends with him for 60 years. He said, I was friends 60 years. I never heard one word of Lashon Hara from him. That's what he was made. 60 years. He didn't put people down. The ways of the Torah are sweet. The more he learned, the more he saw good in Yidden. It was wonderful. Yidden was so acceptable. The ways of Torah are sweet. All its paths are peace. There's room for Yid. There's room in there. There's a picture in there. There's a space in there. There's importance. There's an importance. He didn't feel the need. He was secure. Didn't feel the need to put anybody down. Just respected. It was mechabed. The more he had, the more you could see good in other people. If a person's calling people chamarim, is a sign of not happy. He had what we call anybody chamarim. He saw bigger mindless in people. The more steig and grow and have more space. More space in there for Yidden, for the mindless of a Yid, for the goodness of a Yid, for that which is precious about a Yid. So we should be zeicha here. This beautiful Kollel that's sitting and learning Torah. All of us should be zeicha. First of all, the Kollel should be matzliach and be successful, good learning, happy, pilpul chaver, and friendship amongst the chaver. And in our own families, that would be miyas in our homes. We should be zeicha. The reisha should be wonderful. Husband and wife zusammen. If it can't be breakfast together, chach lunch, and put supper together. It should be zusammen, togetherness. It should be a home of peace, of serenity, of geschmack, of kindness, a place of kindness, a place where the children come into a home that's full of Torah values, full of Torah ideals. There's gratitude in the home. There's appreciation. There's beautiful things. A rainy day is a beautiful day. Hashem sending rain. I'm not talking about something forced. It wasn't like a forzach. He liked rain. I don't know where that came from. But he is somebody who worked on things, was always working on himself. And he was miyas in a home that had good values. And so all of us should be zeicha. We're at the aschala. We can really put beautiful things into that building. Beautiful, beautiful things is the opportunity. All of us should be zeicha to build beautiful homes of Torah and mitzvahs and Yerushalayim. Thank you so much. Let's sing one. Everyone has to leave. We could sing quickly a song.
Yeah.
I like now. Is where we're we could try.
Which one is the one?
Let me get
wife and her siblings also love her. Like, they also love her. They also